who the hell is Usyk when he's at home? People don't even know his name until he beat the bodybuilder the other day. He was a little small heavyweight who was not going to do anything against AJ when Chisora fought him, but then he stepped up and beat the big bodybuilder, and all of a sudden he's a killer. I don't think so. Listen, I rate Derek Chisora as highly as I rate Usyk, and I will train as hard for Derek as I would do anyone in the world. Massive respect, because in my bag here, can you bring the bag here please? I have £10,000 in cash that I've collected today from Mr. Frank Warren. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 10. That's 10 grand in cash that Frank has brought for me today, because I bet Frank Warren £10,000 that Joshua won't sign the contract. Guess what? 10 grand rich and tax free. You put that back in the bag, please.
Tyson is the biggest attraction in world boxing by now, and here we are at another stadium where I'm hoping he's going to put on, I'm sure he will, a great performance against a guy who we know comes to fight, in Derek. And I used to look after Derek, and I know that Derek feels that he's got the beat in him. Me, I think Tyson's the best heavyweight on the planet. I really, bar none. I don't care who's opposite him. I think he's got the beating of everybody. But Derek's there to try and prove me wrong, and try and prove Tyson wrong. This is a great, great occasion. It'll be a fantastic fight, and it's a fight that Tyson can't afford to slip up on, because we're looking at that unification fight early next year, which doesn't give him a lot of time to prepare. So, is Derek going to be a banana skin or not? He's the highest rated available fighter for him to fight. You go on Box Rec, and I'm going to read these out quickly. Cut through why we made this fight. Number 1 is Usyk. Usyk was not available. He said he couldn't find December. Anthony Joshua, we wasted a month on that. He's not available. Deontay Wilder fought last week. Andy Ruiz, who's fighting Wilder in the mandatory. Then Dillian White, who Tyson's beat. Then you've got Joe Joyce, who won't be available. He only fought recently. Ortiz, who got beat recently. Then you've got Joseph Parker, who Joe Joyce beat. And number 9 is Derek Chisora. And number 10 is Pulev.
Well, this fight is in a stadium which is now dear to my heart, because after 10 miserable years, my football team, the New York Giants, beat the Green Bay Packers 2 weeks ago. So I'm delighted to be here, and I'm delighted for another reason, because when I look over the great fighters we have in the United States and the attraction, I tell you this honestly, there is no fighter in the world as popular as Tyson Fury.
You're tall.
And the fact that we'll be able to bring the people in the United States this fight, which I think will be a terrific heavyweight fight, to the fans in the United States, right in the middle of the college football season, so we'll get a really prominent spot on ESPN, is great for the sport of boxing, and it's great that we can do this as a Christmas present to the fans in the United States.
And what do we make of our challenger, Derek Chisora? What are your thoughts, Bob?
I have a few thoughts about it. Number 1, people say, well, Tyson beat Chisora twice early on. But I say, look what Chisora did with Anthony Usyk, with Oleksandr Usyk. That fight was a touch-and-go fight all the way before Usyk was able to pull it out. So when then Usyk was made with Anthony Joshua, people said, hey, Usyk has no real chance, because look how he struggled with Chisora. But as you saw, Usyk handled Joshua 2 times far, far easier than he matched up against Chisora.
Give a shout out to Frank Warren, Bob Warren, and the Gypsy King buzzing. Talked to him. With Man United support him, but we won last night. Yeah, it's a great fight. I'm buzzing, so this will be a good fight. I can't really say much because they put a gag on me in the contract, so for me to go ahead and start saying much, I can't really, so that's how I leave it.
When I say Chisora, don't forget, like, you got the so-called guys in the division that people, oh, these guys are top guys. We offer them big fights, no smoke, no smoke. You offer it to Derek Chisora, boom, he sat here opposite me. Man's got balls, and in today's society, in this boxing game, there's a big lack of balls. And you know who you are, these people who don't want no smoke. So, with Chisora, he comes and he says exactly what it says, and he does what it says on the tin. He goes to war. He's changed his name from Del Boy to War, and we're going to get a war. Now, however, I did outbox him comfortably the second time, but Chisora's style has changed, and guess what? So has mine. I used to be a tip-tap boxer on the back foot, jibbing and jabbing around the ring, and now I'm a HMS destroyer. So when you got two heavy forces colliding with massive bombs, and guess what? Someone's getting knocked out. That's all I'm saying, you know. If he lands a punch on me, a big swing, I'm getting knocked out. If I land a big swing on him, he's getting knocked out. So the fans are going to win here tonight, 100%, because when 70,000 fans out there, which that will sell out in one day, 70,000, second back-to-back stadium fight, and who better than the old mate Derek Chisora to have a third fight with whom I promised for years to have a third fight. Good money. Bringing it back to England again for the British economy in hard times. People will come here and spend money in London, so that helps restaurants, pubs, bars, hotels. And then Chisora's getting paid, I'm getting paid. What are we going to do? We're going to spend it in England, in the shops, bars, restaurants, pubs, nightclubs, strip clubs, whatever, how we spend our money, I don't know. So it's all staying in this country, so, you know, fair play to him. And, you know, me and Chisora's going to put on a hell of a fight, and that's it, may the best man win.
What do you see when you look at him now? If you have a look at Tyson Fury, what do you see when you look at that man? A man you know.
He's shrunk a little bit.
A handsome rogue.
He's shrunk a little bit.
Anything else?
He's shrunk.
Have you seen any vulnerabilities in his last few fights? Is he the same guy that beat you 8 years ago?
You got cheap on his shoulder, Tyson, about AJ, and I understand why. I think the whole Bob Arum and Frank Warren have been massive chip about AJ. I don't understand why. Why is that?
Like a ball of shit.
You know, I mean, like you're sort of set, you know that.
Listen, I believed him. It cost me 10 grand. I thought he was going to fight.
Yeah, but there's complications in the whole.
Anyway, do you know what? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but
You
yeah.
don't even worry about it. All you need to worry about is one thing. This man to my right. That's all you need to worry about.
Frank. I don't worry about anybody. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You know, like, put me in a room with so many guys, I don't worry about anything. I am that guy.
If I was fighting, I'd worry about it.
No, I don't have to worry.
Yeah,
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy and he can punch and he can box. He's a fighting machine.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
We shall see.
Do you know what, guys? You two need to get a room, because it wasn't so long ago when I was stood up here on my own, the little old boy from Manchester, and you two versus me. And now how the tables have turned. The tables have turned. It was all of a sudden, yeah, Chisora knock him out. And now look! The big man is in the stage, get up! And now, like Chisora once said, I have the big fish to behind me. So thank you very much.
The only thing Frank Warren don't have on is his dress. Because you go anywhere with his money. I said the only thing you don't have on is a dress, my friend. Because you go anywhere with his money, my friend.
Ooh, shots fired.
I said the only thing you don't have on is a dress. Because wherever there's money, you can go there. You get it? Everybody get it.
I thought that was your gun. I never give this one thing on though. I was going to hoard myself, Derek. Go look in the mirror, son. Go and look in the mirror. All you need to do now, Derek, is get yourself ready for the third.
What? I can't hear you.
Third, you be there. We'll have a fight.
No, you know what? We should get Eddie Hunt on the phone, figure how we're going to sell out this stadium. Let's get Eddie Hunt on the blow.
I think he's actually trying to ring Eddie out.
Derek, he can't help you. He can't help you.
Figure out how we're going to sell this
He
stadium.
can't help you. You've got to fight the big man. He ain't going to be able to do nothing for you. He's got into hiding.
You know, he can help you. He sells the stadiums every day.